Where you want to see the heavy snow is on the northwest side of this. So right now as it stands, it looks like the heavy snow will stay up into Minnesota and parts of northwest Iowa. We'll get into a little bit of rain. Very light snow starting to move into the northwest. And again, we could see a dusting, maybe a few tenths of an inch with this snow as it continues to track across the area. North of Highway 20, likely a wintry mix of some freezing rain, light snow. Accumulations fairly light, under an inch. We could see isolated 2-inch amounts in northeast Iowa up along the Iowa-Minnesota border. You get south of Highway 20, more of a wintry mix, freezing rain. Could see a little bit of snow and some rain, and then mainly rain. This is where the tornado would be. This is the strongest rotation, which is right over Prairieburg, and kind of move this a little bit back so you can see where it is headed next. Continues to move to the northeast. It may go a little bit south of Hopkinton and certainly to the north of Monticello. Right now we do have a tornado warning for Johnson County, and if we go back to here we go. Here's our Doppler radar right now, and where you see this pink and this purple color, that is the core of the storm. No doubt putting out maybe 60 to 70 mile-per-hour winds, some golf ball, maybe ping pong ball size hail, definitely associated with this storm, and the torrential rainfall as well. Yeah, so if you live in Girard towards McGregor, this storm is heading your way. So you want to take cover now. This is a tornado warned storm. Again, we don't have a confirmation of a tornado on the ground. It is just radar indicated. The radar picking up the winds here in the storm, and we are seeing some broad rotation, but certainly some wind gusts 60 to possibly 70 miles per hour. And right now the National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning until 6 o'clock for Cedar and Johnson County. And you can see this cell right here, just getting into Johnson County right now, just to the southeast of Iowa City, going to be near these towns. The eye is now off the Cuban coast. It did interact with Cuba a little bit, so the storm did weaken, but it is still a very powerful Category 3 as it moves now into the warm waters here of the Gulf. We're talking water temperatures around 85 to 90 degrees, so it's likely to intensify once again to perhaps a Category 4. This clipper will dive southeast with some snow developing in our northwestern counties during the afternoon hours, and you can see snow does overspread much of the area into tomorrow night. Finally, it starts to wind down overnight into Monday morning as the system passes. Another Arctic high is going to build in with some bitterly cold temperatures. Mainly south of Highway 30 along and south of I-80 is kind of where it's at now. We'll kind of zoom in here a little bit where you see kind of this darker blue. That is some more maybe moderate snow that is falling mainly along I-80 and down to the south. Iowa City, you're getting into some of that light snow right now. So as that area of low pressure interacts with the moisture, it'll provide the lift and the forcing that we need to squeeze out that moisture in the form of precipitation. Now the big question that we have is, as that warm air moves over the colder air here at the surface, thanks to that snow cover that we have, how deep is that warm layer going to be? Because that's going to determine what kind of precipitation that we're going to see tomorrow. But we do have our own snow we're going to be worrying about as we get into your Friday. We saw a little bit today. Most of eastern Iowa picked up under an inch. Did make for some slick travel out there earlier today as well. But right now we're dry, nothing showing up on radar. And as we go to satellite, looking at mostly cloudy skies, there is a little bit of clearing back off to our northwest. So we'll get into some of that partial clearing through the overnight hours. But our next system already in the northwest, snow in Montana, parts of Alberta. This will dive southeast and get into eastern Iowa as we head throughout the day tomorrow. As far as your commute tomorrow morning, I'm really seeing no issues other than just really cold temperatures, right around 2 to 4 degrees here in the corridor under cloudy skies. I think it's not until about mid to late morning when we'll start to see that snow move in here to eastern Iowa. So your hour-by-hour forecast tomorrow, again, thinking about after 9 or 10, we'll start to see that snow move in. By lunchtime, we're looking at light snow. Could pick up in intensity. Could see some heavy snow bands move through during the afternoon and evening. High temperature of 10 degrees. Certainly going to make for a messy commute tomorrow afternoon into the evening hours. And we do have a winter weather advisory in effect where you see the shades of purple generally along and south of Highway 20, Bremer and Butler County. You're in this as well. It starts tomorrow morning and is in effect through Friday evening for much of eastern Iowa. We'll time it all out now on Predictor for you as we head through the overnight into tomorrow morning. 7 o'clock, mostly cloudy, but the snow not too far away. And then as we get into 10 o'clock, you do see the leading edge start to move into eastern Iowa. Here we are at noon looking at widespread snow across the area. We'll go to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. afternoon, still looking at snow across eastern Iowa. Here's your evening commute at 5 o'clock. The back edge from Dubuque back towards Cedar Rapids and points to the southeast. Finally, by 7, most of the activity is out of eastern Iowa into Illinois, and then we should clear out the skies and a cold start to your weekend here on Saturday morning. As far as how much accumulation you can expect, generally 1 to 3 inches northeast Iowa, everybody else 2 to 4, but locally we could see 4 to 6 inches right here. Some of the new data and models that we do look at are kind of signaling and keying in on this area south of Highway 20 to about I-80, where we could see some of these heavy bands set up. So some locally 4 to 6 inch amounts are certainly possible in this area, but we do still have some uncertainties. This still could shift a little bit further to the north, a little bit further to the south. The area of low pressure hasn't developed yet, so make sure you watch Rebecca tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. We'll get a better handle on this and let you know where the heavier band of snow will be setting up. But as far as the snow, it doesn't, in fact, regardless of how much snow we get, it's going to be a messy commute. Tomorrow morning looks pretty good, and then by noon we'll start to see that light snow. Heavy to moderate snow will be falling through the evening hours. A very messy evening commute expected across eastern Iowa. And then the cold temperatures move in as we head into the New Year's weekend. Saturday, that is our high temperature, -2. Could see a few flurries early on Sunday morning. Our high temperature of -1. New Year's Eve, look at that, 16 below zero as you ring in 2018. New Year's Day, although we'll see some sunshine, it will be deceiving, a high temperature of just 0 as we ring in the new year. Your forecast tonight, partly to mostly cloudy. It's going to be cold. Temperatures right around -2 to +1 in the north, and then here in the south, temperatures in the low single digits from about 1 to 4 under a partly to mostly cloudy sky. Tomorrow, cloudy, snow likely 1 to 3 inches. Could see 2 to 4, maybe locally higher amounts once you get south of Highway 20. High temperatures right around 6 to 9. And then here in the south, again, snow likely 2 to 4 inches. 4 to 6 possibly, mainly north of Interstate 80. Temperatures right around 10 to 13. In your extended forecast, you saw the -2 on Saturday, -1 on Sunday. A light snow shower or flurries possible early in the day. And then as we get into New Year's Day itself, 16 below for New Year's Eve, 0 for New Year's Day. Tuesday morning, low temperature of -18, and we'll keep the single digits for highs with partly to mostly cloudy skies all the way through the middle part of next week.